You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is episode number 330. We're almost at 350, man. That's amazing. That's fucking delicious. But anyway, I have a couple of things I want to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on in these video game streets, and Starfield is out. Starfield has been released. If you ordered I think it's like the special edition. They got so many editions in these games, guys, but one of the ones you can order now, you pay an additional, I think $30, $35, you get early access. So the game actually comes out on the 1st, right? So if you have Game Pass, I mentioned this last week to you guys, if you had Game Pass and you didn't want to wait till the 6th, which everybody can get for free if you have Game Pass, and you wanted to play it early, you could pay an additional $35, and then that would allow you to play it on the 1st. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up, making that purchase so I could play early. And the crazy thing is I didn't get to play much like I thought I would. I didn't get to play as much as I thought. I only have maybe 7 hours of gameplay, but I'm going to talk about that. Of course, it's going to be spoiler free. I'm going to give you guys a few tips. If you're starting out or if you're going to be playing on the 6th, then, some early game stuff just to look out for and all that. So I'm looking forward to it, talking about it with you guys. Also, Armored Core 6. I did mention Armored Core 6 last week, but I finally beat the game. I beat it my first playthrough. I'm on New Game Plus right now. I cannot wait to talk about that with you guys. I love that game. That game is probably my game of the year. And that's after all these other games. Yes, I know Spider-Man's coming out still, and there's a couple other games, but I'm going to break that down and why I think that's going to be the case for me personally. Also, I have some just a couple of updates on a couple things on some other games that I wanted to talk with you guys on. So it's not going to be a very long one today, but I'm going to get into it. And I want to start out with some Final Fantasy news. We got a little update on Final Fantasy 16, which, a game I thought was going to be my game of the year. I was definitely anticipated this game. It's definitely one of my favorites of 2023. No doubt about it. I love the characters, and I love the story, and I love the way that the game was made and played. What I'm saying? Some people feel differently about it because it's not your traditional Final Fantasy game. It's not cut from that same realm. But like I said, man, Square Enix has evolved in so many different ways. And just because Final Fantasy 16 came out this way does not mean that they're going to stop with the traditional stuff that they put in a lot of their RPGs, like the turn-based and all those things. Those are never going to die. I just appreciate that we got something different this time with this Final Fantasy game. And, I'm all about change, especially if it's for the better. And this game is definitely that. But anyway, news on this game. We have a new update that I need to check out my damn self because I still have it on my PlayStation 5. But we got some new skins, some awesome skins. I think we even got a Snow White skin, if I remember correctly, if I'm looking at that correctly. Snow White skin. That's crazy. Also, we have what everybody's been asking for, who's been playing Final Fantasy 16, is we got a weapons transmog system. So now the issue was with a lot of us, we found a sword, or we found something that we really liked, and it went with what we were wearing, and we liked just how it looked, and we wanted to keep using that, but we couldn't if we wanted to upgrade to a stronger sword. So there's a lot of swords that you get early game that look awesome, that in my opinion look better than some of the end game swords as far as how they look. And I wanted to rock that sword. So now you have that option to do that with this update, which is dope. That's pretty much all we got with this update. Now, what I'm waiting for and to hear from is, are we going to get some DLC? Are we going to get to, fix this, figure out the rest of the story? Are we going to get some answers? Because if you hadn't played Final Fantasy 16, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the ending is definitely something that is going to leave a lot of people wondering. And it's bittersweet in a sense, because yes, you're always wondering, but that's the beauty of those type of games when they do those type of things. The games that make you wonder when the credits are rolling, that you're still sitting there waiting, watching the credits, hoping to see something extra. And then when you do, it just makes you more confused than before. But I love those games. They make you think well after you've played the game, after you've beaten the game. And those are my favorite games. If I think of all of my favorite games past, or who are my all-time list, I mean, these are games like Final Fantasy 16 now, Eco, Shadows of the Colossus, The Last Guardian, those type of games, and Armored Core. And I'm going to get into that and more and more. So they make you wonder, make you think, about what happened. So I don't know, man. I hope we get some DLC. We don't have any real DLC yet. Hopefully we get some announcements maybe this year. I don't know, but I'll keep you guys posted if that happens. But that's the Final Fantasy stuff right there. And then here's one that really got me excited as a beat 'em up fan, River City Girls 2, which in my opinion, this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Take it for what it's worth, because I know there's a lot of dope beat 'em ups out there. You got the Ninja Turtles out there. They just had a DLC come out not too long ago, and there's some stuff going on. I know a lot of people like Streets of Rage 4 and these games, you know what I'm saying? And I give props where props is deserved. But in my humble opinion, man, the greatest beat 'em up in my eyes is River City Girl franchise. The River City Girl franchise, especially River City Girls 2. It's just River City Girls on steroids is what it is. But anyway, we got an update on that, and you could already play cross-play. So you can do 2 players and you can do cross-play. So you can play with another person. It doesn't matter what system they're on, and you can go through the campaign, which is dope. And of course you got the co-op, but they added 4-player mode for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox, all the Xbox systems, and PC. There's no Switch though. That's the kind of bummer. So if you don't, as long as you don't have a Switch, you can play up to 4 players now co-op. So that's dope. That's really cool. But you know what I'm saying? Here's something that got me excited, because I'm a Switch player. I have this on the Switch. So Switch now, if you guys didn't know, we didn't get 60 frames. Okay. We were operating at 30 frames. So there's a new update out now that is going to give us our 60 frames per second gameplay for the Switch. And I was wondering about that, because the Switch can handle 60 frames per second on games like this. Okay. They're not graphically intensive and all of that. It's just really in the developer's hands, if they're able to, do it or not be lazy and get to that. So they actually got it done. So I'll be definitely looking forward to going back there and running through some River City Girls at 60 frames. So that's cool. Like I said, another win for the Switch, man. In my opinion, that's dope. Now, here's something I really want to talk about. This has just got confirmed recently, man. I've been hearing people talk about this shit, and I guess it's real. Red Dead Redemption 3 has been confirmed. That's crazy. Red Dead Redemption 3 has been confirmed. So everybody's going crazy right now in the video game streets, especially fans of the series, and they're talking about it, and everybody's making assumptions on what they think it's going to be, what time frame and all this. It's going to be back in the day. Okay. But where are they going to go with this, man? What characters will they pull out? Will we see anybody from the last 2 connected to this new universe that they're going to be creating? Who fucking knows? I'm excited for that. I love this Red Dead Redemption series. Red Dead Redemption, the first one, is my favorite. I love it to death. I talked about it a few weeks ago, guys, when, all that stuff came out about it coming out only for Switch and PS4 and all that. And as a Switch player as well, for portability purposes, man, I think that's a dope addition to the Switch. Yes, I'm not paying $50 for it, and definitely not paying digitally $50 for it. So when it drops in price, I will definitely try to hunt down a physical copy of that and play it. Okay. But yeah, outside of that, go to Xbox, play theirs. I think you can get it for $30 digitally, I think. And I think you can get them physically too for about the same price, something like that. So, it's whatever your preference is. But yeah, I really, really love the first one. The second one is awesome too. Please don't get it twisted. There's a lot of dope. The story was excellent on that. I really enjoyed it and all that. But still, I'm waiting to see what's going on with 3. Now, there's a lot of people out here that are kind of salty about this news, because they're thinking that, hey, what's going on? Rockstar should be focusing in on, the new GTA 6, which should be coming out, you know what I'm saying, like next year. Well, I mean, they can do multiple things. They have multiple studios. So, and we already got information on the next GTA game, and we are getting it 2024. So I think 2025. Yeah, 2025, I think, when we're getting. Yeah, so it's stretched out. So yeah, they're salty because they want it sooner than 2025. They want it 2024. They want that. But look, let's keep it real with each other, guys. This is a corporate world, man. Bottom line. And even in video games, a genre that I love so much and I hold so dear to my heart, it's all about that dollar bill for most cases, and GTA 5 is killing it. It's still, they've made so much money on that fucking game, guys. Okay. That why stop the faucet? Okay. Then it also gives them more time to pour in to the GTA 6, because let's keep it real. When GTA 6 comes out, that's probably going to be the definitive game for the next 10 years. Think about how long GTA 5 has been out. When GTA 5 came out, I still had a PlayStation 3 and I was playing it. That was before I had the PlayStation 4 or the 5. That's a minute. I want to say that was like 2014. Was it 2014? I want to say it was like 2014 or 2013, man, when GTA 5 came out. Yeah, it's around that time frame. I know that for a fact. But yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, so they're going to make their money. They're going to make sure they get their money, and we'll get the game when we get the game. Hopefully they keep it 100% trio like they always have been doing with their games. And I think they will, for the most part. I just don't know what else we're going to be able to get with GTA 6, because I mean, they've pretty much done everything I could possibly imagine in GTA 5. I don't know what else there is to fucking offer. You got to be really innovative. Maybe that's probably why it's taking so long as well. They want to make sure that this is definitely a step up. Most people are going to be expecting that, because if it's not, you're going to get a lot of bad press. And that's kind of like the double-edged sword of, some of these companies who are really good companies like Rockstar and Naughty Dog and stuff like that. If they don't perform every time, and if it's not as good as the last one, at least, then you're going to have issues. You're always going to have haters. You're going to have people, dropping bombs, review bombs here, there, all this shit. That's just the world we live in now. It's crazy. Now everybody has an opinion and everybody can kind of do their thing out here. But like, we'll see what happens when we get there, though. I just want to let you guys know that Red Dead Redemption 3 is confirmed. It will be coming out at some point. It probably won't be until another 4 or 5 years or something, but hey, it's been confirmed. All right. Now I want to talk about Armored Core 6. I've been playing this game, guys. I think 70 hours. I looked at the clock, 70 hours. Okay. Half of that time has probably been just customizing, trying out builds and doing shit like that. Okay. Because you can customize your mech to your heart's content. You can do so many things in the customization realm here, more than I even thought and gave it credit for. It's astounding. It is. That world, that universe has me so intrigued. I mean, I couldn't let it go. And this is something else I wanted to share with you guys. This is my first From Software game that I actually beat solo. Okay. Because you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you know, those From Software games are treacherous. Okay. They are hard as nails. They are hard as shit. All right. And if you can beat one of those games, then that's saying something, because I want to say the majority of people aren't doing that. Okay. You're going to play it. You're going to get to a certain part. You're going to hit a wall, and then you're just going to stop. That, at least that's me. And from, I've been in the video game realm for years and years and years. So I've seen it, thousands of times. Okay. You buy a game, a From Software game, you think you're going to beat it, and you hit a wall and you just give up, whatever reason. You just get tired of it. And that's how it goes. This game here taught me to never give up. Okay. Never stop. And I think what pushed me through this game and the difficulty that it was the fact that I love mechs. I love mech games. My favorite game on the Switch is Daemon Ex Machina, which, if you guys aren't familiar, some of those creators from Armored Core were actually on that team and made that game. So there's a lot of similarities in that game. And, I love it so much as well. It's more like Armored Core put in an anime universe, more so. It's more anime than anything else. And it's just a different style, art style, all of that. You know what I mean? I appreciate it all. But Armored Core 6 is a dark, gritty, it's a hopeless type of a universe, of a world, desolate. It's beautiful, man. It's beautifully dark, and I love it so much. I think just because my facts, my love for mechs, you know, and put it in this universe, put in this world, just it was the perfect cherry on top, man. With this game, it just was. I'm on New Game Plus right now, and you have to beat the game 3 times to get all the endings. Okay, which I will be doing. Okay, and the only reason why I'm not playing this shit now is because Starfield is out as well. So I'm balancing the two. All right. And that's the reason why I only have about 7 hours of gameplay in Starfield, because when I bought the game and it was available to play, I could not stop playing Armored Core. I've been wanting to play Starfield. I've been so curious about Starfield, wanting to get into that world. But part of the reason that stopped me from doing that is the fact that I know Starfield is a game that you're not going to, there's no way you can rush through Starfield. And if you rush through Starfield, it's almost like a cardinal sin. Like if you just want to do the story, like rush straight through it and all that, you know, Starfield is one of those games where it's going to take, I know me personally, I'm probably a few months to finish the story, because I'll do a couple story beats, then I'll go off and do side quests and do this shit and build this and make that and discover that and come back and do a couple more story beats and wash, rinse, and repeat. That's what I'll do. You know, just live out there in the world and just do your thing in Starfield, right? That's me. So I'm not rushing Starfield at all. I would encourage anyone who's going to play it, do not rush the story, okay? Enjoy it. Bask in the ambiance, if you will. All of those things, right? And that's why I kind of said, okay, well, you know, I'm not trying to rush anything with Starfield. It's going to be there. And I'm really on this Armored Core tip right now, man. I love everything about it. I haven't even played PvP yet, because I want to get all the endings out the way first. Then I want to perfect my builds and make other builds. I got one build mainly. I got a couple just for like I had to make to get through the game, because there was a couple that, you know, they made you wear a certain weapon, and there was a couple that, you know, I needed just to get through a couple areas. But other than that, I have one universal build, and I love this build, and I've been running through it with that. So I'm gonna make more. I'm gonna unlock all the stuff, you know, all the weapons, all the top tier stuff, and even the gear, all the armor parts and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of stuff that I have to do in this game, and that's the beauty of it as well. It's so much to do in this game. I mean, minus the PvP. Okay, if they didn't even have PvP, it would still be a fucking masterpiece in my opinion, because all of the things that this game offers you, that you can do. You can practice. You can go into a practice zone where you just train, and you can, you know, test your damage. You can get your builds together there. You can also test your builds out on other mechs, because they have so many different training segments that you can partake in, and challenges where they challenge you against all these other mechs, and then you beat them. And once you beat them, you can go back and do them again. And then you can always go back and play other missions if you want to grind for money, or if you're looking for parts that you didn't catch the first playthrough. And if you want to actually change your fate through the story, because there's instances where you'll finish a mission, okay, and then you go back to that mission and you're presented with an opportunity to do something different, and you change it, it changes the course of the whole game. Okay. That's what I'm going through right now. I'm on second playthrough. It's a great, awesome experience, man. If you're into mechs at all, period, just a little bit, I highly recommend you pick this up. Now, like I said, I'm going to say this. It does have a learning curve as far as, you know, playing through the story. It's not going to be an easy journey, man. I'm telling you right now, my will was tested, and that is why I think I love this game so much, because I played one playthrough. I played like 18 hours straight. I'm not lying to you guys. 18 hours. Now I had like a couple breaks, like to eat, I think, and have a couple, you know, restroom breaks and shit like that. But really, it was about 18 hours. Okay. I think I started playing at 6 p.m. Okay. And I didn't get off until noon the next day. I shit you not. I can't remember when another game has done that. I cannot remember when another game has had me sit there like that. It was torture at the same time. Like these bosses, man. I was on one boss for like 2 hours. I think I was on another one for close to that. Some of these bosses are ridiculous. Okay. And one of them I fought like 40 times before I beat his ass. Before I finally figured it out, I changed up some pieces. I fucking did this, I did that. And I said, okay, that's what you don't like. And I started getting closer and closer, looking at that life bar and then learning his patterns at the same time. And then it felt so vigorating to get that win. So vigorating. And I'm talking about, I was sweating. My armpits were wet, moist. My hands were clammy. It was just so intense, man. And I loved every minute of it. And this is the only game that put me through this much pain and turmoil, that I actually loved it. I actually want to keep coming back for it. And that's how that let me know how much I love the game. You ever play a game that, like, say like a Street Fighter or something you really love, you're still getting your ass whooped, but you just love everything about it. You love the graphics, you love the world, the universe, and you're like, all right, let's go. Let's do it again. That's how I feel. I don't know any other way to explain it. It's just a great game. And to me personally, it's my top game of the year. And it's definitely my all-time list now. It's made it to my all-time list. And oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying that. That's crazy. Like, my favorite From Software game before this one was Bloodborne, because of the world building, the universe, the lore. And that's the thing I want to talk about next, because if you make it on my top list of games, one thing that can't be missing from there is fucking lore. That cannot be missing. Okay. Lore has to exist. It has to make you, really want more. And From Software is masterful at giving you just enough to wet your beak. That's it. They give you just enough. In this one, they even did it more so. Okay. They did. The lore is all in the typing, all in the combat logs. The world, you go find a dead mech, you look at, something, you find the logs. This is where the lore is, and it's very scarce, but it's very, I don't know, how am I saying this? It's basically like, I don't know, man. Addition by subtraction. That's the best way I can come up with, best thing I can come up with, analogy, whatever you want to call it. They give you so little that you want more. And if you look hard enough and you peel back that curtain, you will find things. And if you want to learn more, you have to go find other things. You have to seek it out. Okay. So perfect example, you have to find all the combat logs. There's a lot of them spread out through the world. And I missed a lot of them, man. Watching some YouTube videos, I was like, wow, I missed all of that shit. Okay. Because your first playthrough, I know me personally, I was just trying to, finish the mission, get through the game. And, I wasn't really trying to explore because I was overwhelmed. I wasn't as strong. I wasn't, in my mech like I should have been. I didn't know it as well. And I was just trying to survive. But now my second playthrough, I have my wits about me. I'm really good at maneuvering my mech now. I actually want to smoke. I'm begging people to come find me and, test me, and I'm going to, do what I need to do. Plus I've unlocked some decent weapons now through the first playthrough. You get some stuff and, you feel pretty good about yourself, so I've got some practice in and I'm good. I feel good about my build now. So now I'm trying to go and find things and figure this stuff out. So that's the process I'm in now. I'm really enjoying myself with it. And like I said, the lore, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the lore is dope. I mean, a lot of it is in the trailers. You could check out some of these trailers. One of them is called 621. The trailer, I think, is called 621. That's the one I'd like you guys to check out. And it's amazing, man. You're in a desolate universe. Okay. And you are experimental. You're being experimented on. The humans are being experimented to try and use these mechs for these companies. Okay. These corporations who are after one resource, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about you. You're not even a dog to them. You're less than that. You're a means to an end for them. Okay. And they spend money on you and use you to get what they want to get. Okay. So different corporations have different mechs that work and represent them. And that's what they do. They send you out there to do these jobs. You do it. You know what I mean? Like a good little boy, like a good doggy. You go out here and you do these things, and it's so much more to it than that. And I don't want to spoil it, but it's amazing. It's amazing. The relationships that develop and with some of these characters as well. I was just so amazed that they were able to do it with what they gave us, actually. And that's, only certain people who are really involved or enthralled in this universe will understand what I'm saying, will get what I'm saying, especially by that addition by subtraction type of thing. Okay, because all the great games, a lot of the great games do this. Eco did it. Shadows of the Colossus did it. I mean, they told a visual story. They didn't really speak a lot. You got a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and that's it. And then you put the rest of it together, and you drew your own interpretation on a lot of this stuff. Same thing with The Last of Us 2. They did that at the end, where they left shit open ended. A lot of these good companies, man, they know how to do this shit. From Software is one of the masters at doing it. They just are. Period. Point blank. I don't know what else to say about the game. Go pick it up. Challenge yourself. It's like I said before, it's not for everyone. Armored Core was already a niche game. It was a niche franchise for a lot of people. It's always been notorious for being hard. It's always been notorious for being kind of difficult and stuff. But the fans of this series are rabid fans. They're diehard fans, and I'm officially Armored Core nut now. Okay, I'm online looking for anything Armored Core related. I'm setting it up. I'm going to purchase a lot of Armored Core shit. Okay, I'm going to get into all of this Armored Core shit. This game here has made me a true believer. Okay, because it really taught me to really persevere in games that are hard like this. So in other words, it made me want to go back to the From Software games I didn't finish and try to give those a go, man. Because I tried them and I would hit a wall. I'd fight 10 times and I'd maybe 9-10 times, and I'd like, okay, that's my limit. I'm done. I'm not doing it. But this game made me say, no, get up, get back on that ship, get back in your mech, and get back out there, and let's do it again. Let's figure it out. Let's try it again. And it fucking worked. I got it done. I beat the fucking game, and there were some bosses on there. God damn. I'm telling you, I did a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos. Yeah, you're going to see the ones that I won on, but trust me, all these guys putting these videos out, these motherfuckers didn't run through this shit. Okay. Yeah, they put their victory laps out on the street for you to see, but trust me, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go behind these wins in games like this. So I'm just very proud of myself, and I just really have to pay homage to From Software for making a classic video game in my book, man. I cannot stop singing this game's praises. I love it to death. My favorite game of 2023. One of my all-times officially now on the list. I got to go through my list and I got to put it somewhere, but guys, it's up there. It's up there, and I fucking love it. And the replay value is stupidly sick. You can always go back, and I'm talking about without the PvP. You can go back and whenever you want to play it, you can go replay missions. You can do all these things once you're done, and it's just a beautiful experience. So I'll leave it there. And I'm going to wrap the show up with a little bit of Starfield. All right. Starfield is out. I did get a chance to finally get my feet wet a little bit here. It's a great game, man. I heard a lot of people talking shit about it. A lot of people didn't want to see the game make it for whatever reason, because it's associated with Xbox and all this and all of that. But look, I'm going to keep it real. I'm a Bethesda fan. All right. I go way back, all the way to the fucking, the Fallout days. My favorite Fallout game is Fallout New Vegas. And, I played it on PlayStation 3 with all the glitches, with all the fucking shit that was going on, and still played it through and still loved it and played it like 2 or 3 times after that. Like, loved the VAT system. I was in love with it. Still love it to this day. Looking forward to Fallout 4 when they come out with their, I guess they're going to do another edition of it. I guess we're going to get a definitive edition eventually at some point, and I'll be looking forward to playing that and seeing what that has to offer. But yeah, man, I've always been a Bethesda fan, and my favorite franchise from them has been the Fallout series. All right. Now they're known for a lot of other series, besides that, of course. Okay. Elder Scrolls and all the other shit. You got that. Skyrim, all those games, which are awesome as well. But if I had to pick one, it's going to be the Fallout series. And this, to me, in my humble opinion, I mean, I just got a taste, but the vibe I got from playing it is a Fallout in space type of game, minus the VAT system. Everything else, it looks, yeah. And the combat, let me say this. The combat is fucking great. It's way better than I thought it was going to be, because I was like, man, no VAT system. That's going to be, I really love the VAT system. But the combat is really beefy. You can feel the gunplay in your hands. You feel it. Like you're not it has impact. Even the starter weapons and shit, like my little handgun, man, that fucker had some impact to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, really, really liking what I'm seeing. The characters, the graphics are better than I thought. I heard people talking about the graphics and all that, but I like the graphics. I really like the graphics. They're not, now don't get me wrong, they're not, they're not your Hollywood, budget type graphics, some of these games have done in the past, like your Last of Us or anything like that, but they are serviceable. They are good. And I really like my character I created. He looks like a real character, man. I mean, he looks like, when you go to the photo mode and all that shit looks good. So I really enjoy their system, and Bethesda has their own signature shit. You don't want to, you don't want to steer too far away from that. That's what makes Bethesda. They're basically using the same engine. It's just an upgraded version of what they used, back in the day, which was their dated engine. Of course, we all know that, which was their Fallout stuff and everything there. So I think they've done an excellent job so far with this game. There is a learning curve with the space shit. Okay, with the ships and all that. Once you get the controls down and all that, you're good as far as how to, travel and everything. And I'm still kind of fumbling with that a little bit, but I'm getting it down. And I think after one more playthrough, I should have it, finally hit for me. And the controls and stuff like that. You got a dope scanner, which will scan everything. So if you feel like you're going to miss something, hey, throw that scanner on. And if you feel like you're going to be lost, because this doesn't have a typical map like most games have. You don't have the map to say, hey, we're doing this and doing that. Basically, you have a objective, and that objective is lit. And if you want to find out where to go, you pull out your scanner, and your scanner will literally direct you like, hey, okay, you need to be walking this way. This is towards your destination. So you can never truly get lost in this game, which is cool as well. So really digging that. There's so many possibilities in this game. That's what I'm excited about. The possibilities are just endless. I have a couple of, I guess, tips for people who are playing it now or people who are about to play it. And these are non-spoiler tips, of course. This is just some stuff I learned from some other guys that I want to pass down to you guys. And I'm talking about your first, as soon as you touch the game and you open it up, your first, 5-10 hours in this bitch, because, there's some things you might want to take, you want to take heed to. And a couple of those are, when you first start the game, you probably want to do like your first 5 or 6 missions, story missions. You don't want to just say, okay, the game started, let me go off and just do whatever the fuck. You can do that, of course, but I highly recommend doing some of the story missions first, because some of the early story missions are basically, they're tutorials. They're going to show you how to do things that if you don't do those missions and you just go out and do whatever the fuck you want, you're going to come to places and things that you can't operate and you won't be able to progress with because you haven't got that part of the story out. So they're not able to give you certain things. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, well, damn, I don't have a jetpack. Well, you play a couple story missions, you're going to get your shit. And then you can say, oh, okay. So that's what you want to do. You want to get your squad up, and I recommend doing that so that you can then open up, because like I said, 5 or 6 story missions is nothing. It's a dot on a piece of paper, when we're talking about Starfield, as far as things you want to do and you want to complete. You definitely want to get those done so that you can actually get out there and start, going out there and doing shit like that you want to do. So I highly recommend that. Also, go ahead and buy all you can buy when you come up on these things called digipicks. All right. Digipicks are basically fucking lockpicks, in the other games. All right. Now, in the other games, you had a lot of those. You had an abundance of those things. You never ran out of that shit. This shit here, you're going to have to farm these. All right. Because that lockpicking shit is very, very ridiculous. All right. Now, I think this whole time I played, I've ran into maybe half a dozen easily of those lockpick areas where I could have unlocked something, and I only got one of them unlocked. Okay. And it's ridiculous, and it costs for everything. So if you fucking go, there's more than one phase to unlocking. So you got one phase, if you go to 2 phase, it doesn't work. You got to go back to 1 phase to fix something. Just going to cost you one of those digipicks. So it's hard to explain. You'd have to see it for yourself. But all I'm going to say is just buy digipicks. When you got money, buy some of those. No matter what you do, keep them on deck because you're going to run through them. And highly recommend, if you really want to get into the lock picking stuff, you want to spec into that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to be picking locks, and I'm going to get these goodies, man, out of these locks. And then another thing I tell you guys, the money, the money is scarce. The bullets are high. Okay, so if you find a fucking weapon out there that you like on somebody, it's randomly dropped. You kill people, whatever, they're going to drop random bullets. So you're going to run out of bullets. At least early in the game, I'm running out of bullets, man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Where are my bullets and shit? So you need to go buy ammo, and ammo is expensive, okay? Especially, it gets more expensive the better the guns are. It's going to get stupid crazy, especially early out when you don't have a lot of money. So when you're starting out, you want to fucking pick up on the bodies that you find. You want to pick up their outfits, and you want to pick up all the guns, all right? And that's really the highest money that you're going to be making off of that. So just pick up all the guns you find, all the weapons, and then sell them and get you some money for those. So that's what I would do. Put them in your companions. Your companion also has some room. So I would stack your stuff up, then stack your companion up, then put some shit on your ship. Same thing, and do that. So the cool thing is when you go into shops and you're trying to buy shit or sell stuff, you can actually sell from your ship when you get to a store. So you can sell the stuff you have on your person. You can sell the stuff you have on your comrade, or if you have somebody with you, and you can pull from your ship. So I would stockpile. Now, there will become a time when you can eventually get your own and add more crates and stuff like that to your ship and wherever else where you can put stuff at. And I'm not there yet, but that's something for the future. But yeah, definitely follow some of this stuff, guys. And you can go pretty far. You can get you some weapons at the shop that are decent, that they can get you by until you find stuff out here. And then if you feel like you want to get to certain ammo, you may want to buy ammo ahead and say, hey, I might find something that takes this ammo. So I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and buy this shit now and go from there. So just wanted to add that. And the last thing I wanted to add is just rest before you do anything. So there'll become a time when you land your ship and you're able to get off the ship and, you go explore, do your thing. Before you do that, I would definitely go take a 1 hour nap. You have a bed in your ship. I think most ships have at least one bed in them. You can go in there, sleep for 1 hour, and that will give you a 10% XP bonus. All right. So that means when you get off the ship after taking that nap, whatever you do, you're going to get that 10% bonus. Pretty much resets when you, go to another planet. So then when you get on your ship and you go somewhere else, before you get off again, you want to take that nap again. And if you have anything like tea or coffee or anything like that gives you a boost, some of those will give you 2, 3, maybe 4% extra XP as well. So take the coffee or take the nap, drink the coffee or the tea, and then go out, and that'll give you, 14, 15% XP on your way out the door. And that shit adds up over time, man. Trust me. You want that every bit of XP that you want, especially early on in the game, So those are the things I wanted to give you guys tip wise on, the game. And like I said, have fun out there in those Starfield streets, man, because it's pretty dope. I'll be playing my Xbox quite some time. I mean, I'll be going back and forth, actually. I'm not going to lie, because Armored Core is here. Okay. Armored Core is here now. I've been jeffing. I know I've been jeffing. If you guys don't know what that means, I've been bullshitting, procrastinating on my videos because I got my hard drive filled up with all kinds of content way back from Street Fighter V still. So I got to pick a day or two this next week coming up here and get some of this stuff out here for you guys, especially some Armored Core. I'm going to have a lot of Armored Core shit. Boy, I'm telling you. Oh, God, I'm going to have a whole Armored Core shit. So you guys can check that out. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I've been slacking. I'm going to get on my job. It's just hard to pull away from some of these games. I can't, but I got to say, you know what? Fuck it. Take an hour out of my day. I need to take an hour out of my day and do content and just get that shit out. Okay, period. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, man, that's going to do it for the show. My anime watch list has not changed. Let me go ahead and throw that in there real quick. I meant to mention that in the show, but I've been watching Black Clover. I've been getting it in when I'm cooking or getting it in when I'm, right before bed or whatever, getting an episode in here or there. I'm really digging Black Clover right now from what I've seen so far. It's definitely gone in a different direction. Than Naruto, because if you guys didn't know, those are the same people who've done Naruto, and that's kind of what intrigued me in the first place. It's just kind of with magic, so I'm anxious to see where this goes. But I'm really enjoying Black Clover right now. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna see what's gonna happen next, and I'll keep you guys posted. But that's my current anime right now. I don't have time to watch anything else. I'm going to be playing Starfield, a lot of it, and I'm going to be playing Armored Core, and then between those two, I'll be trying to make content and squeeze content in there. So for the next month or two, that's probably what I'm looking like until Spider-Man comes out, man. I think I'm good for until then. I don't have anything to worry about until then. So yeah, I don't know. That's it. I want to appreciate everybody for coming out, downloading, streaming, checking out the show. And if you guys are new to the show, welcome. I hope you guys come back. We do this every Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. You can support me by listening to the show, but you can also support me by going out and hitting me on some of my social media outlets. You can check out Random Gameplay Pimpin' on YouTube. You can check out Random Gameplay Pimpin' on TikTok. Also, my Dragon Ball fans out there, please go ahead and check out DragonBallDrip.com. Get a hoodie, get a cup, get a t-shirt or something. Anything bought there would definitely go towards helping out the show. So yeah, man, all those things. I'm gonna get out of here now. I'm gonna edit this video, and then I'm probably gonna play some Starfield, but I'll do a couple missions in Armored Core first because I don't want to get rusty. Anyway, no pun intended. I'm out. This is your boy Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.